This is the fourth session of the Site 42 playtest. Last we left off, we left right in the middle of the break phase, so we're going to jump into everyone giving the incident report prompts that I had asked them to give some thought over. And then we'll go into the sun paint the scene. So whoever would like to start, please do.
I can go. So I think we see Dr. Cerulean in their lab.
First, let me restate what that incident report is, just for everyone. It is the altered consumption incident, where each department head is narrating a scene in which they give into a strange and unusual craving. Continue.
Very well. We see Dr. Cerulean in their lab. Various vials and things, and then there is a particularly large large flask full of the hot dog water from Frank's, and Dr. Cerulean stares at it. Oh, it's happening, Steph. It's happening. Dr. Cerulean stares at it for a long minute, picks it up, wafts it under her nose, and then down the hatch, a full chug of the hot dog water.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
I did this to myself.
Content warning, hot dog water.
Sorry, I'm trying to.
Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, I'm trying to find. Can anyone hand, like in chat, send me the Google sheet? Because I'm really sorry. I have.
There we go.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chaotic.
Thank you, Gilbert.
Also put the prompt in chats in case people need to think over it. I think we see a couple of scenes of General Gilbert Burns throughout the years. First, as a young child, like over a kitchen stove, being held by his mom, as like he has like this wooden spoon and is stirring it over a pot. And I think we see him as like a sort of a young adult, using the sort of similar spoon stirring over a pot, and we see these scenes one by one and eventually we are back into modern times, and like in like the food hall as General Gilbert is like bringing out this Tupperware container, and it's unclear as to what is inside because it is chunky. It smells of meat and cinnamon. But it's surprisingly, if you were to touch it, it would be cold. And he eats it with his hands. He doesn't use any silverware or anything of that nature, and it's very ritualistic. And like at the end of the meal, like there's these little white flecks, and he looks at it, nods, and he got some sort of information from that. What is it? We don't know. He won't explain himself.
Okay, so Officer Lafayette, let's say this. Officer Lafayette was in love with a girl in his teenage years, 15. And he's walking through some wood, some like wooden area, you know, with woods and with grass, and it's at night. And he hears a name. He hears a girl say, Holden. He hasn't been called Holden in a long time. Holden. And he turns and he sees Monica, this girl, when he was in love in his 15 years, at his teens. And he says, she's 15, the girl. And says, it can be. He died in the crash accident. No, we're gonna be happy. We're gonna be married, Holden. And she walks through some bushes, and Officer Lafayette goes running, and she's not there.
In Superintendent Arena Jarvis's home apartment, there is a box with a large padlock on it. And you see Arena, and they are pacing back and forth, sweating, and finally they go and they pull a huge chunk of ice out of their freezer and starts destroying it with a hammer to get to the key that's frozen inside. And they take the key that is frozen inside and open up the lock on the box. And inside is a briefcase with a combination lock. And you see them pull out their phone and open up their Google Authenticator app and go into their into it and open up the briefcase. And inside the briefcase is a oddly shaped piggy bank. And you see them open up the piggy bank and smash it on the ground. And inside is a personal phone. Not for work, not for anything like that. Just a personal phone for all of their other contacts. And they take the phone, shaking, and open up the text messages and find the 3 contacts that are there: X1, X2, X3. And they text them all saying, you up?
Wow. That's not where I thought that was going at all, but it's great.
In my mind, I was not thinking EX. I was thinking just X, and I was like, "Oh, what are those? That's weird." And then it hit me like halfway through. I was like, "Oh no, not the X's!"
All 3 of them.
Arena, no! Arena, this is not a craving you should give into. Arena, you froze that key for a reason.
Froze the key, put the phone in a piggy bank, locked the piggy bank in a briefcase. Holy shit. Poor Arena, this disaster of an individual. I love them. All right. So now we're going to do the Sun Paint the Scene prompt that I've picked out here. If you go to the Sun tab in the Character Keeper, you'll see the active one is the Town of Vigilance. Each Sun site has a mock city or town built atop it on the surface to house and accommodate site personnel. Populations of these towns and cities are largely comprised of Sun personnel and their families. One such city, built above Site-42, is named Vigilance. What kind of measures does Vigilance have in place to prevent its non-Sun citizens from accessing Site-42, purposefully or otherwise?
Ooh, I have one that I think is interesting. And it's also a little bit bleak. But one of the things is in order to keep them away from Site 42, Site 42 actually employs a number of people who act as protesters and like as people who are trying to get petitions signed and stuff like that, so that normal people who aren't involved, they see that and they're like, yeah, no, I'm not going to walk around near there because then activists are going to talk to me. And for the people who do actually get excited about that and are like, yeah, no, I want to know why you are all upset, it turns out that like they have a process for like moving people through this fake activist organization and then causing them to end out on the other side of it completely disillusioned and everything. It's pretty horrible COINTELPRO kind of stuff.
I think since Site-42 is trying to expand into like other areas, I think just by the nature of it that there's like mining, like abandoned mines and whatnot in the area. I think because of like how political things are with like this activist in situation, I think there's also sort of like local officials who are like about like who say they will like drain the swamp of the government and will let your kids play in the mines. The rumors about the vampire bats are like misguided and like there's this vicious like competition, but like I think the elections are rigged, so like the mines are like closed off to people. But people just keep on talking about it, about like how ridiculous these sorts of like things are. And so it's kind of like a weird, eccentric thing in town. And like because of like how adults are concerned with it, teens are just like unconcerned with it. Because it's like, this is lame.
I don't know if it's a very stupid idea, but I think the site has this sort of wallpaper to present, but it has its glitches, you know. You have to go, what you see, it's like a regular gray area government or a factory or something like that. But when you go through the wall screen, you see the sun, but it has like sort of glitches that makes a regular person or a regular officer or someone that it's not what it's like, what it seems to be, you know. So that's where the conspiranoics maybe had the idea that this place is not what this place is not, it's not, sorry, this place is not what it seems to be. I don't know. I just remember the Simpsons chapter.
Oh, that's great. We love holographic walls.
All right, so mine's going to be a little out there. So I think all SUN personnel carry badges, obviously, but on them there is a weird memetic barcode like hidden in their names themselves. And so if you try to access any restricted areas, there's scanners all around scanning this thing. And if it doesn't detect your particular memetic barcode, it instead drops a different sort of memetic sign down that burrows itself into your brain and convinces you that you're perpetually lost. So you end up standing still, waiting till someone retrieves you, perpetually lost in whatever section you just tried to access.
Lovely.
Always love a nice cognito hazard.
Like the Travolta.
Don't forget your badge to work ever.
I
For
remember
real.
the Travolta meme, you know, the Travolta meme where in from Pulp Fiction one. I don't know if you cool. Yeah.
All right. So now, I would like to know what everyone would like to be doing during this upcoming testing phase. I believe that we had discussed testing the containment procedure for the first investigation here and resolving that one.
I believe that was the plan.
Yeah.
If my Swiss cheese memory is to be believed.
I do recall that. We are building a shrine with the meat critters.
Lovely. So who would like to be doing what in this construction montage, I guess?
Well, General Gilbert Burns is in charge of resources, and because he's the field commander, he's in particular, his job is about deployment and whatnot. So, like, getting the goods into place.
I think Superintendent Jarvis is managing everything the way they usually do, by being in their office on their headset, coordinating, coordinating people doing lots and lots of different stuff. But they've also got like they've got a drone right now that is this kind of hovering around and being like, well, okay, our best our best guess is like looking at some of the architecture of the broken down shrine and looking at some of the things that we're attempting to do here. You really need to move that about 1.5 inches higher before you nail that down and anoint it with meat person. So honestly, I think if you just kind of move it, just nudge it on up there. Just no, now that was too far. No, now look, you put it to the left too much, and now they're not even looking in their office. They're not even looking at the screen. They're just messing with people who are I mean, there are screens and there's information and everything that's open, but at some point they just are like, well, it's my 5-minute break, so I'm going to mess with someone with my drone to be looking over their shoulder, micromanaging them, because we all got to get our kicks somewhere.
Can Lafayette go Steph to meet Imogen and try to clear a condition?
That sounds like a fun time. Dr. Cerulean, would you like to have a virtuous scene with Officer Lafayette?
Sure. Yeah, I do. Yes, I do. I definitely still have a condition.
Okay. So, yeah. So Officer Lafayette goes to the office of Imogen, Dr. Imogen, and he sees this snow globe.
Oh no, not the snow globe.
And what does he see?
So it is a very like touristy, chintzy snow globe with like, I forgive me, Canadians, I know literally nothing about your provinces or your towns and cities. It just has the Vancouver sign and then insert landmarks here that Aaron does not know because again, I don't know anything.
Okay.
This head is empty. I'm sorry, Canada.
Okay, so first, hi doctor. How you doing?
Officer Lafayette, welcome. What can I do for you? Do you need
Yeah.
some shots or something? Or
No. Well, maybe yes, I need some shots because I have eaten worms and I can't get rid of my stomachache problems,
oh,
But maybe I was wondering, that snow globe you have there?
yeah.
I mean, where did you got it? Do you know if they have? I was wondering if I could have one from my hometown. You know where they sell those?
I mean, on the internet, you can buy anything, right? Hold
Yeah.
on. She's gonna like. I think I still have. Yeah, I do. Okay. She's like pressing buttons on the side of her smart spectacles. Like, where do you want these shipped? Plural.
Here. From,
It's
but it has to be
cheap. It's much cheaper to buy in bulk, so I'm going to get you a lot just in case.
Okay, in New Orleans, could it be the place?
New Orleans, excellent. Yeah, beautiful
Can I?
city.
Okay, great. Thanks a lot. Is it nice like this one?
You know what? Maybe I'll see if they. Hold on, just press my buttons. You're gonna have a variety of landmarks.
I want the one that has the maybe, I don't know. You're seeing them. You're seeing for your specs. Well, I will
Yeah,
never understand technology.
they're smart spectacles.
I want the one with the Bourbon Street, the Bourbon Street quarter. Do you have anyone that does the play? Great, the Bourbon Street.
Excellent.
Thank you. Thanks a lot, doctor. And concerning those stomach aches from eating cereal worms, do you have anything?
Oh, sure. Drink this.
Thank you. What does it have? I don't know.
You didn't just hand them the hot dog water, did you?
Oh no, the hot dog water has been consumed. The hot dog water is gone. You're free, you're safe from hot dog water. It's probably just in a vial, but it's just like Alka-Seltzer. It's just so innocuous, but it's still in a vial.
I love that. That was really great.
And I do want to stress
I think you were
that
acting diligently here.
Yes,
being very diligent about finding prices and
yeah, this is a bulk order of Bourbon Street, New Orleans snow globes. And she is expensing it, son.
love that. Yeah, I think you can definitely easily clear either homesick or tummy troubles. Either one works.
Homesick. I will clear homesick because it was fun.
And I think seed stench can probably be cleared by nature of how long it's been.
Oh, okay, great.
Good. I didn't want to clear marked by Harley anyway.
Yeah. And Officer Lafayette, I would like you to add a metric fuckload of snow globes to your office, please.
Yeah, okay.
It doesn't have to be phrased exactly like that. And now I would like to cut to and also just checking back in on that. Officer Lafayette, you are also able to stumble onto a clue relevant to an active investigation during this scene. You get to name what the clue is and decide which investigation it's going to be for. I would suggest the meat parade since that which sustains is going to be resolved. But yeah, just give that some thought, and when you're ready, let me know, and I'll put it into the character keeper.
Okay. Okay.
And General Gilbert Burns, I would love to know where you're bringing all the materials. Where is the shrine being constructed?
I imagine since like we've had like multiple issues with the beach and just like things showing up there and whatnot, I think it's going to be there. Besides, it's like currently we're trying to sort of like dig a hole like into like one of the sand dunes just to like make sure it's out of the way so like the public is not going to be touching this thing because we don't want it to break again and have the meat tree get angry again. um I think we see General Gilbert Burns with like his arm in the sling because he did like lose his hand and like it still like hurts and all. I think it's unclear whether or not the hand has been reattached or not. It's just been in a sort of cast. I think like despite it all, like he's just hoofing it across the beach with like his I'm just going to call my little guys, just like and just like pushing like boxes because like even in like this like very stressed out state, like he just gets more powerful. It's kind of impressive to see what he can do with one hand.
Excellent. So as you are approaching the beach, I will remind you all that you did get an 8 on the answer question, so you do get a complication here. You see, it is in fact Heartboil. You see
I knew it.
Richard Heartboil sat kneeling in front of the tree, staring directly up at it with his mouth wide open, kind of like a turkey staring up at the rain. And he doesn't seem to notice you, at least until he says, "General, is that you, my kindred spirit?"
Heartboil, you shouldn't be here.
He turns around and you see on top of his head, as he takes off this silly little beanie that he was wearing, he turns around and you see a thriving colony of fungus growing out of his skull. And he says, "I understand what the tree wants now, General. And you don't work for Bill Gates at all." I would like the fright move here because of what was previously established of Heartboil and your relationship, as well as the fact that apparently the tree is doing something with his head and mushrooms.
Yeah. That's
what
fair.
are you afraid will happen if you lose your nerve or fail?
I'm afraid that like Heartboil is one person, like, and I think I can handle one mushroom infested person. I think that there's more going on in the ground, and it's going to come up all around me, and well, I'm going to be surrounded.
It's worse than that. You are going to be surrounded and led to join one of the meat parades.
Oh no.
Because you do also have the dancer.
Okay.
And I think I would like this with anomalous at disadvantage because of that condition.
Oh fuck. That's my worst stat and at disadvantage. Let's see what I have in my little Because it's heart boil. And we have confirmed that this has worked against heart boil before. I'm going to use my fake grenades to gain advantage because I'm going to throw it at his head again.
Yes! I had a feeling that's what was coming up, and I love that.
Aim for the hill. Fuck. Well, oh wait, no, that's 7. Okay. I thought I rolled a 6 for a moment.
All right. And Superintendent Jarvis, as you are giving these directions to these people and, fucking with others, you get a little ding on your work phone from a number that you don't keep in your work phone anymore.
Oh no.
It's X number 2. And they say in this text, it's very simple. Arena, why did you message me at 3 a.m? What do you do?
Uh, um, I respond with new phone. Who dis?
I think I want the risk move here with empathy. What are you afraid will happen if you lose your nerve or fail?
I'm afraid that if I lose my nerve here, I will admit how lonely and I don't know, just yeah, just how desperately lonely Arena Jarvis is, despite it all. All right, with empathy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, here we go.
And
That
I
is
think, no, you can roll that at just regular.
so. I rolled an 8 plus 1. That's a 9.
Excellent. I would love to know, what is X number 2's name?
X number 2's name is um is a different site director named Agatha.
Love that. I think we'll go with your complication right off the bat here. I think you do manage to not get out just how cripplingly lonely you are, but don't think you manage to pull it off quite as smoothly as I don't recognize this number.
Yeah.
What is the message you actually send to them?
So I think that oh, the message I actually sent is got to be oh, you know what? I'm sorry, I forgot about the time difference. Do you like the picture? Was feeling cute. I wanted your opinion. Thought I might delete it later.
I think that you see the 3 dots appear and then disappear and then appear and disappear, and then you don't get a response, and your condition is going to be ghosted by C2.
That's fair. Jeez. I don't know why I decided, well, Superintendent Jarvis is very lonely and has needs.
And now, cutting back to Dr. Cerulean, what would you like to get? What are you getting done here in regards to the testing and construction of this shrine to the meat tree.
So, this is horrible. I'm so sorry, everyone. I think, given that the tree was attracted to Franks, Dr. Cerulean has, with help for team, invented some. Oh, kitty. Sorry. uh, invented some pheromones developed from the hot dog water to lure whatever meat monsters back into containment area. So her and her team are just saturating this construction with just the most rank ass aerosol imaginable. Like all the detainees working there probably actively throwing up while they work.
Lovely. Yeah, I think this is also going to be a risk move, mostly just to get people to do that. What are you afraid will happen if you fail to convince them?
Oh, I think Dr. Cerulean will become. They'll be like, I don't think they'll be like, you didn't test this properly, and they'll test it on me to show me that I did not test properly.
Yeah, that's pretty bad. I think this is going to be with empathy because it's convincing them to do this stuff with the gross aerosol.
Oh boy, that might be my worst stat.
Yeah, I believe it is.
It definitely is.
Marked by Harley doesn't come into account here because he would just do it.
Yeah, he's down. All right, let's go. Dr. Cerulean. All right. Oh, I should probably add dice before I roll. There we go. Oh, like, that's an 11. Let's go.
Hell yeah. All right. Officer Lafayette, what are you getting up to now that you have gotten a bit less homesick and have some snow globes now, or at least on the way? You're muted.
He goes to the place where is where's the security guys from the station, and he goes and tries to find someone who's like the head of security.
For the beach?
Yeah.
Ah, I see. I don't think that there is actually anyone currently because the only person in any official capacity that is here is Heartboil, and he's not even supposed to be because the police completely cordoned off the beach. And by this point, also, the island of Naples is evacuated. Like the island that the beach is on itself is also evacuated. So I don't think you find anyone, but I do think that you end up going in search of someone. You find your way to the decrepit lifeguard tower that is on the beach here. There are 4 visibly waterlogged supports with holes in the roof from years of storms. There are stained and dirty mattresses within it as well. The lifeguard tower has clearly seen better days, and it is very unclear as to why it hasn't been fully removed by now. Let's paint the scene. Here we go. Even though the area visually seems to be clear of roots, how can you tell that they're actually here? And not only that, but in abundance.
As you step through on the ground, little blood pools around like your footsteps.
The footprints you leave when you leave when you walk, they're not the prints that you should have on that reflects the shoes that you're wearing.
I think you can feel, as if it were a circulatory system, you can feel the pulse of the tree's heartbeat underneath your feet.
And I think the smell is a dead giveaway as well. That that fungal rot of fruiting bodies is it's unmistakable.
Lovely. And sitting in this decrepit tower, just kind of looking out over the whole scene that's playing out near the tree, you see a man in a floral patterned three-piece suit with slicked back hair, and he has this conniving smile. He stands, and you see that he's quite tall and wide, and he has a hefty gait. There is a pin made in jade in the shape of a mouse on his lapel. He approaches you, and he says, "Oh, well, howdy. Now, I know you're probably thinking, well, geez, who in the heck is this schmuck walking up past the police tape to interrupt my important business?" And to that, I say, excellent question, and please do pardon my interruption. My name is Rodney Hackles. My friends call me Roddy, but you can call me Mr. Hackles till you take me out to dinner. No, I'm kidding. Anyway, it's that I own Mother's Beach here and a number of other beachfront properties across the West Coast. I just wanted to say good work. Keep it up. And keep it quiet. If there's anything absolutely at all I can do for you fine individuals to help speed things up here or help keep things under wraps, please just give me a ring on my personal phone. And he pulls out a little business card and hands it to you. He says, I really appreciate the work you folks have been doing to get this beach back up and running. It has really been killing my bottom line. And boy, howdy, I sure hope this island gets reopened up soon too. Whew. Now, is there anything I could do to help out here? I really kind of don't want to be sitting in this lifeguard tower anymore. I've just kind of didn't want to interrupt, but seeing as you approached me, I figured I might as well offer. I just wanted to check out what's going on and, on my property here.
So you're a fan of Mickey Mouse?
Yeah, I do like the mouse a house, the house of mouse, perhaps.
I'm referring to the pin you have.
Yeah, it's pretty nice, right? Got it at a
What
collector's edition flea market.
Can I see it?
I think this is going to be the risk move to get him to part with his pen.
Okay.
With empathy, and yeah, I don't think your condition is going to come into effect here. I don't think tummy troubles is going to affect you convincing a guy to let him hand over his Mickey Mouse pen. What are you afraid will happen if you fail?
I think it's something important for him, and he will try to start a fight with me.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Go ahead and roll with empathy, please.
2d6, right?
Mm-hmm.
9 + 1, 10.
Excellent.
Yeah.
General Gilbert Burns. What does it look like as you chuck this grenade into Heartboil's noggin? This fake grenade.
Yeah. Because I am currently running high on adrenaline, and I see this man who I have been afraid of in the past, and I'm disappointed in Dr. Imogen for not handling him. I'm so sad. It's awful, but I still have the fake grenades, and I huck it, and I think as we see we falling the grenade, it hits Heartboil, and Heartboil is just knocked off of his feet because I'm super strong right now.
Excellent. This grenade doinks right off of his noggin, and he just kind of lets out this groan as he falls backward. And he starts letting out this weird shrieking sound, almost identical to the one that you may have heard the buddies giving off when they are in distress.
Oh no,
And
he's a zombie.
you hear 6 meaty hoof cloven legs start barreling toward you. And if you turn around, you do see one of these big spider pony critter things charging you down, swinging its tail mace around, winding it up to hit you right in the noggin. What do you do?
Well, I think as it's coming at me, trying to knock me, I think I get low to the ground, ready myself to pounce back, because if I can wrestle it to the ground, it can't hurt me.
Excellent. This is definitely going to be the fright move with anomalous, or the next appropriate stat -1, which would be physicality in this case.
Yes, I would love to roll with physicality.
All right. What are you afraid will happen if you fail?
I'm fighting a literal monster. I'm going to die.
Yeah. It's worse than that. The monster is also going to get one of your team members, because you described that they were also here helping you out.
Yeah.
And I think I'm going to have this at disadvantage because of your severed hand.
Question stuff, because mechanically speaking, I would also gain advantage because like I have
Yep.
the 3 conditions.
Yeah,
we
so you roll it
negate
flat.
Okay. Oh, damn. If I had a different condition than sever hand, I would just get advantage, but no.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, lovely. It's an 11.
Whew. Excellent. Superintendent Jarvis,
Yes.
what are you doing now that you have not gotten a response and have seen that ellipses, the dreaded ellipses, at least 3 times now?
Well, I have a rule that when someone start and stops a long text 3 times, I put that phone down and get back to work. And I think it's at that moment where I like am looking back at the screens, and now that I'm done messing with people and everything, I'm double checking that everything's still running smoothly. And I think that might be when I see what's going on with General Burns.
Yeah. Especially because the field HQ is still up, so presumably the camera feed is also still there. So you kind of have this view of the beach from a hot dog stand view, if you will, of the beach. A hot dog's eye view. And yeah, you see this big nasty critter charging down General Burns, and he gets ready to WWE his ass.
I imagine like the scene of like of this beast coming towards me. There is this anime that I forget the name of which this guy fights a deer and WWE just slams it into the ground.
Oh yeah.
So what are you doing as you see this?
Yeah, I think that I already kind of like fly into motion, like giving orders on the proper channels to people to like get get some backup and everything over there, and then immediately start flying my drone I'm gonna make that drone collide with the horse so that I can, I'm gonna try and help out. I just want to help.
All right.
Wait, actually, it probably would be better. You know what? I'm gonna get a handle on Hardboil.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah, so I'm gonna fly the drone and just kind of land it on top of Heartboil and just like keep him because he fell over, right?
Yeah, he fell on his butt and started screaming like a big fungus monster.
Like a big
and then
monster.
a different one happened.
So I'm going to just have him press down to the ground with my drone and just be like, "Now you're not going anywhere. Not this time. You're not escaping me today." And hey, we need to make sure we get everyone over to Sector 2. There's an incident going on right now, and bring the guns.
All right. I think this is going to be the fright move with it's either with anomalous or with logic -1, which but for you are the same.
Yeah.
And
do...
I think I want to give you this at disadvantage as you hear your phone ping as C2 has apparently finally texted you back.
Oh no, not now. Gosh dang it. I'm busy. I am busy. All right, so if this is a disadvantage, then here we go. All right, that's a 5, a 4, and a 4. So the worst of that is 9 because of the +1.
Excellent.
That could have gone a lot worse.
It certainly could have. Dr. Cerulean, remind me, what was your role in 11, right?
11, yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Describe the scene. How do you convince these people that no, yes, I get that it's rank, but it really is important?
I do have my little sample earlier that I experimented with for my read terrarium, and I'll be like, look, y'all, it's very simple. She'll just like take a little aerosol canner and just like Banaka almost size and just and watches like the little meat fellow crawls towards it slowly across the counter. It's like, see, it works. I know it smells vile, but it gets the job done, and we need to contain these awful whatever's they are, the buddies and the spider ponies. They're spider ponies now. That's what I've decided they're called.
I think the team is very not disgruntled or disillusioned, but a little bit they're more worried about the fact that you said spider pony than the fact that they have to smell this gross hot dog water. And I think they just sort of agree and they're like, okay, yeah. So if we do this, then maybe we don't ever have to deal with whatever the fuck a spider pony is. I think I'm on board.
Exactly.
And yeah, they start heading out, and Officer Lafayette, as you are interacting with Rodney Hackles, you see some unmarked vehicles that you know are Sun personnel show up, and they have these little aerosol spray cans, and they begin walking toward the tree. And Rodney looks you over and squints real hard, and he says, well, normally I don't do this until you've been to at least 3 Mickey Mouse House Club meetings, but I think I can give you one of our admittance pins. He reaches out into his pocket and pulls out an identical one of these jade mouse pins and hands it to you. And you can add that to your office as your bonus. And you're all...
Put it on my trench coat.
Excellent. And yeah, you've now made a friend with a beachfront mogul.
So I asked him, when do we have this Mickey Mouse encounters?
Oh, it's every Thursday after work, usually around like 6 or 7 p.m. here at the well, usually we go to Frank's, but it seems something's occupied that or someone or you I guess you guys probably took that over for a bit for whatever reason. Uh so probably not Frank's this week. Maybe there's a place off in Long Beach proper off of the island near this place called Ellis's Pantry we could go to. Has a nice
Okay.
little thing.
Okay.
I'll I'll send you a text message with all the details.
I don't use cell phones.
Oh, fax? You use fax machine?
Oh yeah. I had one I'm in my office. So
All right.
you
Oh, hey,
can-
that works for me too.
There you go. Do you know if any single woman go to the Mickey Mouse Club?
There are a lot of single adult Disney women who go there, let me tell you, and I don't think you want to interact with most of them.
Okay. Okay. So I guess I'll always be a loner. Thanks very much for your information and I'll be with I'll be with you on the next Disney Mickey Mouse or whatever your name you want to like. It's on the with you and your friends and this other woman that I'm not supposed to talk to them.
Well, not that you're not supposed to, just that they're kind of all. Well, see,
By the
now
way,
I'm kind of obsessed with Disney. And when I say someone else is obsessed with Disney, that's kind of a red flag for me.
oh, okay. Okay. So I guess you don't
They're
read.
like really into it. I wear the little pin because I think it's nice mostly. And I do like the films, but they're like really into it. There's like it's a $500 pin to get into the club, and they all paid it.
So you gave me one.
Yeah, you're cool.
You're a good guy. Yeah, right. So I'll be seeing you in the next Disney join.
Heck yeah, brother.
Yeah. And
Very genuinely pleased, apparently, this man.
okay. Off character, he has a cell phone, but he doesn't want to give him his number.
Yeah, that makes sense. I wouldn't either.
So he turns around and he sees the bands of sun and tries to talk to General Gilbert Burns because he has this connection with him. I'm sensing you have some kind of problem.
Well, I'm currently wrestling monstrosities at the moment, so like I don't think like you get any sort of sense of like direct communication besides like this feeling of adrenaline and just oh my god, I'm in danger sort of types of deals.
Okay, so he takes his 45 and goes running to where General Gilbert Burns may be. This psychic connection, can he tell where he might be?
Yeah, and it is a flat beach. You can also see him.
Yeah.
Okay, so he goes running with his 45 and God help him.
Excellent. General Burns, you are seeing this drone show up and start talking to Heartboil through a speaker. And you're now also seeing Officer Lafayette running towards you with his service weapon drawn and some unmarked sun vans coming by with aerosol cans. Please describe how you wrestle this monster. And for a reminder, they are pony-sized creatures with 6 legs, no fur or skin, the head reminiscent of that of a spider's, and they have ossified tissue plates that cover their vital organs, Their tail has a big mace of basically just big spiky bone.
I think we like I'm like on top of this creature trying to grab at it, and it's like splayed out on the ground, like still crawling around, trying to like hit me with this mace, and like but it's trying to avoid hitting itself because like again that would hurt even if it's a part of you. So it's just trying to like just shake me off, and like I think eventually like yeah like I fall off of it, and like I just start kicking at it, and and like I think the creature is like getting up to like move away, and I think there's an opportunity for Officer Lafayette to just shoot at it.
So he's in range and he starts shooting it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and the meat monster goes down. What are you doing now? Like, I would love for you to describe what it looks like, this shrine that you're constructing, now that everything is sort of being handled in a way that you can focus on this.
Just one thing, Officer Lafayette tells Dr. General Gilbert, I'm not eating anything now. Are you right? Don't tell me to eat anything. Just for your information.
But it's not food time. So why would I? Okay. So anyways, the shrine. I think with like the sort of the construction of it is built in the sort of sand dune. Like there's like little like on like I think a lot like there's been like I can't really describe it other than as glue, because like you want to like have a more permanent structure than just being the shrine made of sand. So like it's like we could have like used rocks or like any other sort of thing, but like I think Gilbert Burns like has this particular idea because he has seen visions of the meat creatures, and it has to be sort of biological in nature of this construction. So like there's glue, there's wood, there is no rocks or metals or anything a part of it, and I think I will give over to Dr. Imogen because like she's handling the little buddies.
You're
Just
muted, Steph.
one-
That I am,
What-
always, every time.
I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
What does the, because I was thinking about the clue that you gave me. Can the monster have a heart?
Mm-hmm.
So that's the clue.
Ooh, yeah, that's pretty good. The heart of a spider pony. Excellent. Dr. Cerulean, could you please narrate how your team goes out and handles spraying this whole area down?
So we're in full. Oh, okay, I'm not good. You're good. We're in full like hazmat gear. We don't tell anyone else to put hazmat gear on, by the way, just us. And then we have just massive like packs with like I'm in my head. I don't know why it's happening, but I'm picturing the things they use to spray the pinky ooze from Ghostbuster 2. It's exactly what it looks like, but it's just this hot dog pheromone, and they go into like under the tree and are just coating this thing in just like multiple layers of this rank ass aerosol. And there's some teams on the outside that are like drawing lines with the aerosol back to the center, like densely soaked awfulness.
Excellent. And Superintendent Jarvis, what was your role? We have a role resolving here, correct?
Yes. Actually, I don't think we did the roll. Oh wait, no, we did. It was a 9. It was a 9.
Excellent, excellent. So I think I would like you to give us the scene of how you get Heartboil and also apparently this other fucking random guy who's been here this whole time out of the area so you can do your work. And the complication will be that I will tell you what the text is after the fact.
Yeah, so I think because they're worried so much about the text and everything, they are not as calm and collected as they generally are. But with the drone kind of pinning down Heartboil, I just kind of keep them keep him there as the team kind of shows up and people in the van start getting the burlap sack to put over his head and trundle him into the van and everything. And that this at the same time I'm coordinating with another another team that in another van that is has come and is going to go bag this other guy real quick. Like it's standard Black Ops procedure. Just to grab and bag, throw him in the van, and then I'm, seeing who's on call for the next interrogation duty, and I'm checking the duty rosters and making sure, oh no, I don't think that maybe this is the person for that guy because that person doesn't like Disney at all, and so they shouldn't be the one interrogating. And honestly, ultimately, when it gets right down to it, I probably ought to just do it myself. Just probably ought to do it myself. I really need to get back in touch with my 2 team members I sent to like do all of the stuff on Heartboil too, because like,
you will be here in the next phase. Don't worry.
Okay, good. Okay, good.
And I think that as you're doing this, you at some point like fumble and accidentally hit the you know how like when you're driving a car will have the read out the text that you just got button. I think you pushed that and you didn't roll a miss, so I'm not going to make it play over the drone speaker.
Yeah.
But it does still play out loud, which hits a little bit harder than it being read.
Yeah.
It says, "No, Arena, I did not enjoy the picture that you sent me at 3 a.m. of you in a silly little party hat and a bottle of bourbon. Please, the next time you send one of these, make sure that you have your shirt on and that it isn't on a recorded line that I can send directly to HR because I will be."
I mean, it was from the personal phone to the personal phone. I thought it was the personal phone. Well, I think I'm going to just send back. Oh, you're no fun. Winky, winky face with the tongue sticking out. The like the you're no fun. But then like closing the phone, turning it off, just like I clearly I like, yep, okay, we're done. I'm trying to be cool and not cool. Ultimately not cool at all.
I think I would like to change your ghosted by C2 condition to upcoming disciplinary hearing.
No! That's fair.
And with that, let's go ahead and go into the clock out phase. You have all successfully resolved the investigation because you did get, of course, that success on the roll for it. So it is right. You just had to go and do it and make sure that it didn't get fucked up while it was happening. We now get to collect rewards. So the rewards that are available for that which sustains are: a buddy has grown fond of you and has taken to following you around. Name it and add it to your office. A chunk of rock solid meat the size of a baseball that pulsates ever so slowly, add that to your office. Harley Jordanson moves into the city of vigilance, becoming a recurring side character. You gain an additional clue on the research move when you consult him about secrets. In addition, when interacting with Harley, you mark one of the first unmarked boxes, which I'll put those into the chat here in a moment, and ask the keeper to frame the scene. Each player should then address the paint the scene prompt. The special testing phase can only be marked after the other options have been marked. Mandela bacterium is deployed. Unmark a box on the normalcy track. You all did really well with not letting that kind of get out of hand, so you don't actually have any marks on the normalcy track yet. Good job. Because it was definitely leading up to it. Heartboil had 1 or 2 secrets, and so he needed only 1 or 2 more reactions to bump that up. And the last 2 rewards are mementos from the investigation. Ask another department head what it is and add it to your office. So who would like what?
I think it kind of makes sense I take Harley, just given that I kind of adopted him into the office anyway.
And I will put his little side things in the chat here.
I think.
Oh, my message is too long.
Goodness.
It's fine. It'll be in the town of vigilance section.
I think Superintendent Jarvis is going to have to take the chunk of pulsating meat.
Lovely.
Sometimes you just need to touch someone.
Oh no.
Jesus Christ.
Awful.
Jarvis simultaneously the best and worst.
Marty, you're muted.
Sorry, I was saying, can I choose a memento from the office, and who can, or who do I choose who can?
Mm-hmm, you do.
Well, I choose, because obviously for his dubious morale, Dr. Engine.
Oh. Part of me wants to give you one of the aerosol cans. I think I'm going to. The hot dog water
pheromone. Oh no.
Yeah. I think that's what it's gonna be.
But do I have to drink it or not?
No, God, no, don't.
Probably don't do that.
Yeah,
How's
probably
the
don't
scene?
do that.
How's the scene? You give me
Don't use it for hairspray or body spray. Don't do that. That's bad.
I'm getting a little bold. Don't you think it was, maybe that's not.
That would be a very Dr. Cerulean move to make it also a hair growth formula.
It would.
I want the buddy. I'm going to name him Dave.
Yay. That makes me so happy. Dave. All right. And I believe that is everyone. Let me finish putting this thing in the sidebar here, and then we'll go into the next section of the clock out phase. There's a bunch of text that I'm inputting. Don't worry. It's fine.
Oh my god.
there, and there, and there.
Can it be in a Coca-Cola?
A Coke bottle of hot dog pheromone?
Yeah. Can it
Oh,
Go for it.
I'm fine with it.
It's so great. All right. So, all of those are in the Town of Vigilance tab now. So you are welcome to look at that at your leisure. It is a whole thing. But moving on now to the rest of the clock out phase, we're going to go over the staff move. Who all has assigned team members that they assigned via the staff move?
I do.
be? I do.
I do.
Excellent, everybody. All right. So once again, the staff move here says during the clock out phase, after collecting rewards, any department head that assigned team members to a task or project roll plus the number of assigned members. On a hit, your team has accomplished their task or made decent headway on a project. You get to choose one from the list. So let's go ahead and start just in order of the sheets here. Officer Gilbert Burns, can you please roll me with +1?
Mm-hmm. Oh, that I'm rolling hot tonight. It is a 10.
Ooh, excellent. On a hit, you get to choose one from the list. It can be a useful information, describe a clue for an active investigation. It cannot conclusively conclude the investigation by itself. Or a useful item, describe it and add that to your office. Remove the item once it's marked. Or useful materials, mark a box for an active project, which you don't have any active projects currently.
No, unfortunately. I think I'm going to find a clue for an active investigation. I think this is going to be weird. But I think like I have like because I did send my one regular ass dude, Nicholas Virgo. I think he comes back with some pictures. And they are all of milk bottles. And he has reported back that despite the milk being left out for, I imagine like it's been a few days now and they've been left outside, they've not spoiled yet.
Lovely. Awesome. Anomaly milk, I guess.
I had a good feeling about the milk.
I really didn't want the word anomaly milk in my brain.
Too late. It's your turn now. You have, I believe, 2 members assigned. No, just the one.
Just one, yeah.
So go ahead and give me your roll, please, for Zainabu.
Oh boy. That's a dead Zainab.
Uh-oh. So
Wait, I can help with that.
You
I can help with
can.
that. I saw this coming. My team move, a thankless job. Once per session, when you or with their consent, a fellow department head roll a miss and the outcomes narrated. Go ahead.
it's okay. We'll get to that. You can finish reading this.
But yeah, I can declare that operations saw this coming and describe how my team is already prepared for it. And then the result becomes a hit. And I take the shoot.
Mm-hmm.
I take the condition someone has to do it. Well,
it's up to you if you want to give Dr. Cerulean the option to trigger that. However, what does happen is you get news back, much like Superintendent Arena did days after the fact, that you have sent them off. One of your other team members found her body in a very not good state. It's in fact quite distressing because it looks almost as if someone took Zainabu and moved her through a wood chipper. The only reason it was even identifiable as Zainabu in the first place is that for whatever reason, the satin gloves that she always wears remain completely untouched. Like the hands inside of the gloves were mincemeat, but the gloves were fine.
I hate / love that.
Unless you want to file some paperwork, or unless Superintendent Arena Jarvis would like to have foreseen this and also file paperwork.
Yeah, I totally think that
this will count as a clue for the upcoming investigation that I'll be introducing, though, if you don't.
Let's save poor Zainabu.
All right, if Jarvis wants to take the hit, go for it.
I will take the hit. I already let someone die.
Excellent.
And you know, maybe the person you'll say will be so happy with you, you'll get yourself a date.
True. Yeah. Officer or Superintendent Jarvis, could you please describe how operations had already prepared for this outcome? I will tell you, since this context is sort of needed to have foreseen it, the thing that got Zainabu is obviously it is another one of the meat creatures, but it isn't one that you've experienced yet. You had theorized that there might be something sort of, given the evolutionary pattern of the meat creatures thus far, you were able to pretty reasonably suss out, yeah, something here's going to definitely have like a chainsaw mouth.
Yes.
So you just kind of, how did you prepare Zainabu for the chainsaw mouth?
So where exactly was Zainabu when they encountered Chainsaw Mouth?
I think it was probably somewhere around the airport for Long Beach. Like they had just arrived to get investigating and got intercepted somewhere near the airport.
Okay. Well, this is something that, it doesn't get brought up very often at meetings because no one really likes to know this fact. But I mean, just for safety's sake, Superintendent Jarvis has everyone followed constantly. And that kind of helps when you already have access to like whatever kind of like surveillance stuff you want, and you've got someone on site. Somebody was I want to find a way to bring the hot dog water into this. I can't. I was thinking some oh no, maybe that was how that. Yes, okay. The thing was, we made sure that we had the agent who was tailing our researcher here, when saw the attack about to happen, pops out of their van with hot dog aerosol spray and lures it away into the chainsaw mouth-sized cage in the back of the van.
Excellent. So with this description, then I think I get to tell you what the thing is now, exactly what it looks like, which is my favorite because this is my favorite monster I've ever written, which should be worrying for you.
That's terrifying. Oh no.
It's a human-sized creature with 4 legs, 2 arms. The head is reminiscent of that of an anglerfish. its head has a bulbous protrusion between its two eyes, and it begins to emit a soft, alluring glow when it senses human meat nearby. Any human that sees the glow is drawn to it, and you can see, or your team rather, as well as Zainabu, see that it has an immense amount of physical strength located in those two arms, and it uses them to shovel creatures, specifically humans, into itself as its torso opens up vertically into a gaping maw with 5 different rows of razor sharp teeth that begin spinning in a motion similar to a chainsaw. So you have one of those in a cage now.
Well, better drive it on back to headquarters and keep spraying it. Keep that hot dog spray coming, because we don't. You don't want it to get rowdy.
True enough.
I'm starting to be filled with regret that I invented hot dog aerosol pheromones.
Incomprehensible horrors, man-made. Man-made horrors beyond my comprehension.
I just in my head, I have a sneaking suspicion this, like, the hot dog water aerosol will be its own anomaly contained later on.
I mean, maybe. Who knows? Oh, but yeah. Superintendent Jarvis, which of your paperworks are you marking since you are already full of conditions?
So they're the safety and wellness reviews, or am I in the wrong
Safety
place?
and wellness reviews, your resume, as well as there is an incident report for the meat parade available.
I will take a. I'll take an incident report for the meat parade.
Excellent. This incident report is called the Anomalous Dream Incident. Each department head narrates a dream they had in which they gladly sacrificed themselves to A-1004. And let's get back to the staff move here really quickly. So your result is now a hit, meaning Zainabu doesn't die, but on a 7 and 9, she does become unavailable because now she needs to go and get that that fucking meat chainsaw trauma looked at.
That's fair.
But yeah, you get to get a clue, a little doohickey since you don't have any projects.
I think probably a clue sounds good, just given that we, in the process, discovered a new fucked up thing.
Yeah, that sounds right. So think on that. And Superintendent Jarvis, before we get to the narrations, let's check on your staff move as well.
All right.
Who did you send out? 2 people, correct?
I sent 2 people. Rolando Brioche, head of accounting, who is getting a map of pretty much all of Heartboil's movements, and Manfred Schweitzer, who is going in and auditing the police department and intimidating the heck out of them.
That's right. All right. So go ahead and give me that roll with +2, please.
My gosh. All right, well, it's an 8.
Awesome. So they both go unavailable. However, they do get back to you with either clue or a item for your office. Which one would you like?
I think I want a clue because I really want to.
If I might make a suggestion, considering that you were sending them to investigate Heartboil and that he is now in Sun custody, presumably being taken care of with that whole fungal growth thing, you could put his phone number into your office.
Why would I need his phone number? I've got him locked up in a cell just down the hall.
Oops.
I would say he is a captive audience at the moment. I don't necessarily need to know the phones. I think so. Like, yeah, I think I want to go with a clue as well.
For sure.
And I think that the clue is with Rolando's work on making sure like that we know where Heartboil, like what his movements are and everything, because we saw the mold and stuff in his grinder profile picture, and it turns out that our detailed map of Heartboil's movements leads us to on a merry chase through through several like different wooded areas that look like there are abandoned buildings that are tied to the mold. And I think that the it shows that like maybe the roots are spreading out further than we initially thought.
Nice. This isn't a thing that I was expecting to happen in this game. To just derail it a little bit, I'm really enjoying how everything, like, it makes sense that it is, right? But I wasn't expecting all of the investigations to start bleeding into one another like this. It's really cool, and I love it a lot. This is awesome. Anyhow, both of those team members are now unassigned as they need to go and have some time off for, I mean, I would need time off dealing with cops too, to be honest. And also, you would also have to give me time off if you made me go through Grinder. I'm not gonna lie. If you made me do that, I would take time off.
Got to go through the grinder. You got to get the bank records. You got to go through the Facebook. You got to do all that.
Yeah, and especially for such a weird guy. All right. And Officer Lafayette, you also had 2 people assigned to getting some stuff done via the staff move this time.
Right.
Could you please give me your 2d6 plus 2 roll?
Oh, 10. I mean,
Lovely.
5, 8 plus 2, 10, right?
5 and 8. Yeah,
Plus 2.
that tracks. So you also get either a clue or an item for your office. Which one would you like?
A clue.
Excellent. So
I have a lot of crossbows already.
that is true. And they do not become unavailable. They are available to be reassigned now because you got your 10 plus there. So they don't need time off.
Continue
And
investigating. Let them continue investigating in Naples.
so you can think about that clue that you would like to put on as well. And now we're going to move toward performance evaluation questions, starting back from from General Gilbert. The department heads did, in fact, complete an investigation, so everyone's going to be getting that experience point. We didn't contain an anomaly, and we didn't have a case file, so temporal drift wasn't available. But everyone should still at least get 1 XP for this session. General Gilbert Burns, did you demonstrate unhealthy coping mechanisms?
General Burns is an unhealthy coping mechanism.
Yeah. So you get that experience point as well. And were you humbled by someone you consider lesser?
No, I don't think this question it applies to General Burns. Honestly, I should stop picking that one. I think he just considers everyone equal to him, unless they cause him havoc, and then he will then destroy them.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you get 2 experience points, and I believe that gives you a promotion.
Yeah, it gives me a promotion. I'll think on that.
Dr. Cerulean, we completed an investigation, so you get that one. Did you demonstrate immense knowledge of a subject?
I marked it last week, so I'm going with yes. I think it was during the nostalgic move with General Burns, actually.
Mhm.
I don't remember what I said, but I'm pretty sure I did.
Yeah, you were talking a bunch of like about science and whatnot.
And did you teach someone something new?
I think
Every
we
scene
all
with
learned.
Harley.
Yeah. Yes, and also I think we all learned a lot about the limits of hot dog water.
Or lack thereof, I guess.
Lack thereof, yeah.
So you get those 2 pieces of experience as well. And Superintendent Arena Jarvis, you get the XP for completing an investigation. Did you micromanage someone you aren't in charge of? I definitely picked up on you doing that in your narration of what you were doing during that break phase or during the testing phase or initially. So I think you get that one for sure.
Yeah.
Did you express concern over the well-being of your employees?
I mean, in the sense that I might as well consider everyone here my employee, but I was very worried about, General Burns getting attacked, and I was worried about um, our researcher who got attacked by Chainsaw Mouth, and yeah, I'm generally pretty concerned. Not Darla apparently, but I was pretty concerned about everybody else today.
Yeah. All right. So you get 3 experience for that. And Officer Lafayette, you get the XP for completing the investigation. Did you put safety above knowledge?
Yes. Yes. With
I feel
General
so.
Burns.
Yeah. And did you foster loyalty?
Oh yeah, I ate her hand. Yeah.
I think so too. So you get all 3 of those experience points.
Great.
And now, I don't believe we have any more moves that are triggered in the clock out phase. Double check here. No. No. Yeah. So, next up, if we could all resolve any unresolved paperwork prompts, and then after that, we will take a 10-minute break. Whoever would like to begin, we do have the anomalous dream incident report for everyone to be narrating, as well as I think that's it actually.
Mm-hmm.
Whoever would like to start, please do so.
As I stated before, Colonel Burns has felt very strongly about the meat parade. I think we see these little buddies, but instead they are people-sized and in General Burns's dream, and he's dancing amongst them in this parade. But I think we're going off towards this cliff. And instead of water below, that there is just this sea of milk lapping at the base. And the meat parade, everyone is going off one by one. And General Burns gladly follows.
Yay, I think.
So I think Dr. Cerulean's dream has the vibes of like 80s movie beach party, but instead of people, it's the little meat peoples dancing and playing volleyball and stuff. And they're preparing a barbecue. And Imogen approaches the barbecue with a belt that is lined with aerosol cans. and she rips the top on all of them, so she's just inundated in this dense cloud of pheromone juice. And then she throws herself on top of the barbecue.
Yay!
She provided her own marinade.
Awesome.
And you hear the Beach Boys back in the back. Cocoa.
Yes, yes, absolutely. Kokomo is playing, and that song's gonna be stuck in my head all day now.
Okay. So the dream. So it has to be connected with the paperwork I did in the scene before, right?
No, it does not. This is a different sort of paperwork. You can connect it if you want, and in fact, I would encourage it because I think that's cool.
Yeah, I will do that. Yeah. So in these woods, that in this forest, that he's walking, trying to find this girl Monica, and he hears like the whisper of hold on, and a very soft voice of Monica. He starts to run without knowledge of where he's going. He's sweating. His heart is going like 20 miles an hour, 100 miles an hour, and he starts running. And he says, Monica, is that you? And the girl turns around, and you don't see Monica. And you say, no, Daddy, it's me, Sandy. I didn't die. That's it.
Nice.
Superintendent Jarvis is standing inside the new shrine. And in the nature of dreams, it is way bigger on the inside. It is a cathedral to the worship of meat and consumption and decay. And it is absolutely glorious. And they are standing at kind of the focal point of the shrine, and there's a silhouette in the doorway entering the shrine. And in walks Heartboil. And then in walks X number 2. And it's all the same person who is slowly approaching, but they're changing forms constantly. And Arena says, I just, sometimes it's when there's too many people, it's too hard. But that doesn't mean I need to be alone. That doesn't mean I need to be alone. And the figure who, with ever-changing faces and bodies of lovers and friends in the past, stands in front of Superintendent Jarvis and looks like they are about to undress, but instead remove their skin from their body, slowly, gently, just discards it a little bit and stands there, and then goes and begins to remove Superintendent Jarvis's skin in the same way. It's tender, it's gentle, and their skin comes off like so much clothing, and they embrace, and they become one. And then more figures start coming into the shrine and removing their skin. And they become one. And then more figures. And they become one.
Hell yeah. Awesome. All right. So let's go ahead and take 10, and we will come back with the next research phase. All right, so we are back. We're going to really quickly, before proceeding with the research phase, we are going to do a small stars and wishes for Officer Holden Lafayette, because he's got to get going here shortly. So if you would please.
Well, stars to everyone, because this to Steph, because these games keeps getting more weirder, and you can let's see, my character can started to do things that I didn't even knew. So I put it in a dark tone, and when you said you can relate the paperwork, the dream paperwork with what happened, I said, oh well, I have an idea here. So that's as I'm playing, I'm learning the game, and it's really interesting and fun. I really love the clearing condition scene with Dr. Imogen. It was like really great. And I love the action scene, like some sort of movie with shooting the carrigan and the monster. And I hope next season, I said, yeah, like season 2, no, but it's not a movie or a series. And I love this always Superintendent Arena Jarvis, like I said the other session, that it they always sort of like this. I would say it's not a matriarchy, a patriarchy. It's a diarchy, where they save everything, So it's like the diarchy, and it's great. And I love these scenes with all his wives and his ex, and it's great.
Just another they, them out saving y'all from mayhem.
So that's my wish is to continue well, to see you next week, because it's a lot of fun, and it's a blast to experience these CFB games. And I want to know where my character and these mysteries go. And since I've seen in one of the pages the Goya County, and I said, whoa, maybe public access. And since I want to play public access, I said, whoa, this is going to be like great, like the Brindlewood Girls.
Yeah.
But I don't know what is it. That's my wish about.
Yeah, I gotta give a star for that action scene of like me wrestling down the creature and then you coming in and shooting it. Like that was just really a really cool build up with everyone. Uh I found your paperwork very interesting this session, like because it didn't go in ways that I expected it to go, and I'm very curious to see like more of Officer Holden's past of like because it doesn't seem like he seems to be like an unreliable narrator. So like I want to know what is true, what is a dream, and what lies that he tells himself. Because that seems like be like a theme for our campaign. Uh I'm very excited to see what's coming up and like see what sorts of shenanigans we get into next.
I'd
I
also
wish, sorry, I'm sorry, but I really wish to be with the guys at the Disney. At the
Mhm.
Disney.
Oh yes, I want that
I'm really
as well.
I'm really looking forward to that scene. Yeah,
Yes, I star of
Great.
wish for that.
yeah, great stuff with that character and the Disney history. I mean, sorry, Jarvis.
Mhm.
I wanted to give a star to your dream as well. The moment where Monica turns around and it's not Monica, it's Lafayette's daughter saying, "I'm not actually dead," and having that be tied into all of this stuff that's going on. Like, I genuinely had chills. Just like, wait a minute, like our is like all flesh is one flesh, and we can have the certain flesh of a certain person might be able to come back and everything, or like that's a temptation. And that in and of itself, just that detail just kind of blew my mind. So I really wanted to start out because it was really, really good.
Yeah, I'm gonna echo Jarvis and Gilbert on this. Yeah, the whole weird past is like, I just love that you came into the one of the weirdest offices and like chose the most innocuous object and then tied it immediately to your past. Like, I need a New Orleans snow globe. It's just like, I was like, I'm here for it. I'm here for the ridiculous history that Lafayette seems to like hold very dear. And like Chaotic said, like, I'm also unclear how much of it's true. Wishes, I want to see that fucking Disney shit too. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. uh Stars for that whole interaction with uh Rodney Hackles, because I'm not gonna lie, I had no idea what the jade mouse pin meant on him until that very moment, and so now I've got, I guess, a whole scene that I need to figure out how I'm making with a Mickey Mouse fan club that is an incredibly expensive bar to entry. So that's going to be a very fun time for me. So I'm also excited for that. But yeah, that was such an incredible scene. I wasn't sure if I was actually going to be able to introduce Rodney in this run through, just because there was already, I've been talking about it a little bit in the Discord. The current version, this first batch of playtest materials has a little bit of an issue with like just how much stuff the keeper is able to do at any given moment, which leads to some things getting set off to the side. So I'm really thankful that I was actually able to get all of the side characters and the locations in, even if it was kind of that very last moment there. And I'm just super excited to see how Officer Lafayette interacts with the rest of the mysteries, especially or investigations, especially the one that I know is coming up next week, that I have been screaming about for the past like month or so. I'm super excited to get next week's investigation underway and see also just more of how Officer Lafayette interacts with this world, because he so very clearly does not want to be in this genre. he is he's a gritty noir detective, and for some reason he's here with hot dog pheromones. And I love that for him so much, and especially love that for all of us. So I'm very, very excited to see where his character arc goes and how he interacts with these next investigations that are coming up. But yeah, thank you so very much for joining us this week. I'm excited to see you next time.
Me too. I'll see you in YouTube. The end of the session. I'll say in YouTube the end of the session.
For sure.
Okay. Thanks a lot. And
Yeah.
we'll see you next week. Thanks everyone for a great party. Bye-bye.
Bye.
There we go.
All right. So, getting into the research phase now, I'm going to present the next investigation. This one is called Red Thumb. And Sun agents in the Long Beach area have been reporting seeing A-1004 roots and other strange plant life being cultivated in personal gardens across the city. Paint the scene, everyone. I would like you all to describe one of these strange plants, and how can we tell that A-1004 had a hand in creating them?
Well, I think it I think it's getting closer to fall at this point because we've been working on this for a while. And since it's nearly Halloween, I think it's just more thematic that people have been acquiring thematic plants like oh, this plant looks like it looks like a hand, it looks like a foot, it's kind of meaty, and it's just like, oh, isn't this cute, like fake like trickery with like this native plant. And no, it's actual meat. People are kind of dumb with it, so
So wait, are you saying they're they're growing them and they're like, oh yeah, they're Halloween decorations?
yes.
Okay. I love that. I think I think the other one other reason that we know that A-1004 is involved is we keep seeing little buddy footprints in people's gardens as well. Um, and some of the little buddies have taken to replacing little garden gnomes with little themselves, that they are standing in for the garden gnomes right now. And they are very capable of standing extremely still when they don't want to be pulsating, which is a little unnerving. But yeah, everyone's like, oh yeah, look at these, I've got the meat gnomes out for Halloween, which is a very normal thing to want and say with your mouth. I brought out the meat gnomes.
Bring on the meat gnomes. Um, so I think there's these weird veiny succulents, and I don't know why my brain pulled this random Pokemon lore. Eevee's owners, like their Eevee starts to look like their owner's face. So I think the succulents that are growing in people's gardens start to look like the person that's tending them.
Oh, that's horrifying. I love it.
Awful. Great. Heck yes. All right. Superintendent Jarvis, what detail in the agent reports convinces you that the people of Long Beach aren't cultivating these plants of their own free will?
Um, I think it's our agents have observed the people who have these plants in their gardens. There tends to be a red kind of stringy fibrous material that seems woven into their hair and into their scalp, a little bit, just like the people who are growing most of them tend to have more of these fibers protruding from their heads than others. It doesn't draw tons of attention, but you know, we still do need to get a sample of it, and it does pulse a little bit when you get up to it. So we get a feeling that some of these folks are compromised.
Excellent. The number of gardens featuring roots in these strange plants were also reported to be increasing in frequency the closer the garden is to a locally owned grocery store called Ellis's Pantry. You've all been tasked with identifying the source of this behavior and stopping it before it spreads to a level that using Mandela bacterium would no longer be effective, thus causing a potential breach of universal normalcy. In addition, you must develop a containment procedure that effectively nullifies A-1004's ability to cause creatures to cultivate its offspring. The questions for this investigation are, how does A-1004 make people farm roots? It's a complexity 8. Answering the question allows you to resolve the investigation by writing and testing a containment procedure based on the answer and other information learned during the investigations. This containment procedure must include a fix for the A-1004 influence. After this, Sun will be able to deploy Mandela bacterium and the fix to those affected. And an optional question, how is A-1004 mutating normal plants? Answering the question allows the department heads to select the unlockable move, the Giving Tree, as a reward for completing the investigation. That one lets you mutate. It's pretty cool. I like it. I saw your head immediately turn when I said that. You're like, oh, more fucked up little appendages for me?
I don't know what you're talking about. Look, what if don't judge Dr. Sterling for wanting to be a weird little creature.
I don't. I want to as well. I get it. I wish I could have a chainsaw mouth. Maybe not one that's as big as my body, but you know. All right. So, if you all want, you may now also assign up to 3 members of your team roster to a job via the staff move.
Yeah,
If no-
I'm going to assign Walk Softly and his brother Carry Big Gun.
Heck
Those
yeah.
names are incredible.
Yeah. I like to use them as goons. They're just very good goons.
They're very goon-like, I agree.
I think I'm gonna do Ilsong and Isabel.
It was such a moment of whiplash for me when one of the people in our public access campaign was like, yeah, my character's name is Isabel. And I was like, wait, I just wrote that though. Like day of, I had written Isabeau Hannigan, lead chemist. I was like, wait a minute. What?
Synchronicities.
All right. And Superintendent Jarvis, would you like to assign?
Yes, I'm going to assign my two of my people, Jess and Simon.
Excellent. All right. If any of you want to start a custom project, now would be the time to tell me. Otherwise, we will go to the next step here, which is you all say what you want to accomplish during this research phase, including requesting scenes for the virtuous move. And do you want any of your unassigned team members to accompany you?
I would love a virtuous move with Jarvis.
Yeah, I need a virtuous move pretty desperately.
I'll remind you that in order to clear your fear condition, Superintendent Arena, you need to be observing General Burns acting in accordance with his virtue. So you have to be accepted by General Burns.
Oh no.
We'll figure it out. Don't worry.
We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out.
Let me. Sorry.
I will also say that you can. Harley is a recurring side character with things you can go to him to mark as well now. We'll say it's been about a month, and you hadn't really heard anything on uh, anything new on like as far as what's been going on. You're still been looking into the roots and stuff in the meantime. And so Harley's then moved into vigilance, and now you're getting into this stuff.
Oh, speaking of, I think I can define my clue from not a nostalgic move, virtuous move earlier.
Yeah.
So I think the clue is a map of the parade pathways that form some sort of weird pattern, like the Golden Mean or something like that.
Hell yeah.
As for what I think I'm gonna take. Hold on, look at my crew. Um,
And you can trigger the scenes with Harley as well at any time. It's only the testing phase that is
Okay.
Restricted.
Cool. Yeah, I think I'm gonna bring Salongo with me to go check out the grocery store.
All right.
I think one other thing that needs doing is interrogating Hartwell now that we've got him in custody.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I did promise General Burns I'd deal with him. um,
Listen, I'll take care of that.
Excellent. Jarvis, passing the. I think I have a new move that's just called passing the buck to Jarvis.
Pass the book off to Jarvis. That's what I'm here for. You just remember when people start calling you about some of my extracurricular behavior, that you remind them just how useful and valuable of a team member I am. I'm not saying that there's going to be like a disciplinary hearing or an investigation or nothing, but if something were to like, you just got to back me up.
That works for me. All right, yeah, I'll stick with the grocery store with Salongo.
Excellent. Let's start with the grocery store so that General Gilbert and Superintendent Jarvis have some time to think about how they want to frame that virtuous scene. Oh boy, I get to close out of that whole investigation tab now. That makes my life so much easier. All right. Scrolling. Here we go. Alice's Pantry grocery store. There's the ding of a real physical bell when you open the door. A small but not cramped aisles, or there are small but not cramped aisles, and a single radio fills the silence. This is a grocery store that is operated by by someone by the name of Maurice Ellis, the eponymous Ellis of the grocery store. Ellis grows most of his produce himself in the alley behind the shop, and most people who live within a few miles of the store will choose to shop here rather than big brand stores. Let's paint the scene, everyone. How can we tell that the wares that this store sells are hastening the spread of A-1004?
I think one big clue is, Ellis has a head full of vibrant red hair, but none of it's quite as vibrant as the many strange stringy red pulsating fibers that are peeking out from it. But Ellis is friendly and redheaded and also got roots in their head.
Okay, I got it. So even though there's a single radio and the music is very faint, anyone shopping here dances to the same rhythm as the meat parades.
I can't believe none of you went to the most obvious route. Ellis is selling the cuttings of A-1004, so
Get yourself a hand gourd. Take it home, carve it up, let it carve you.
A Gand, perhaps? Or a Handord? Oh, a Handord.
oh god, awful, the worst.
Excellent. So the two of you enter into the store, and Salongo, who has a black turtleneck and skinny jeans, she's very short and thin, very small, with a fully articulated prosthetic right arm and hand that has flame decals painted on it. She's in her late 50s, and she is looking around this store, very pointedly not looking at any of the other people inside, but rather she's gone immediately to like the outdoor decor section and is crouched down, staring very intently at a rock and muttering to it. And approaching you is the aforementioned Ellis with a buttoned-up dress shirt beneath an apron that has his store logo on it, as well as well-worn loafers. He's got a healthy physique. He's slightly shrunken with age. He has big, round bottle lens glasses. And he looks to be in maybe his late 80s, roughly. He walks up to you and, seeing as Salongo just completely ignored his approach, doesn't really give her any mind and says, "Oh, why, hello there. Welcome to my pantry. Anything you see here on the shelves are for sale. I haven't gotten around to writing all the price tags for some of it, so if you see something without a price, just ask me about it, okay?"
I see. So prices are negotiable then, or you know what they are if I ask you?
I know what they are. I got arthritis. I don't like using label machines. Takes all the soul out of putting the tags on the product. I like to keep it a personal touch here.
Of course. So tell me, what kind of fertilizer are you using? These protists look rather lively.
I would like the information or the research move with logic, please.
All right.
Or yeah, I think logic works.
Okay. Oh god damn it! What is my logic? That's probably a fail.
2.
That is a 6.
Oh boy.
I'm not saving you from this one.
It's all right. I've got paperwork. Oh, speaking of, I don't know if you said it, Steph. What's the new?
Oh, that's right. The new incident report for this one. Thank you for reminding me.
No problem.
This incident report, there are 2 of them. The first one is called SOW, S-O-W. Each department head narrates a flashback to a time that something, physical or otherwise, festered and grew within them. And then you unlock the REAP incident report.
Interesting.
So this one has 2. You don't need to worry about REAP yet.
Okay.
And General Gilbert Burns and Superintendent Jarvis, where are you having this virtuous move?
I would imagine like this is back at base since Superintendent Jarvis does want to interrogate Heartboil. Like I think we're sort of crossing paths in the hallway and making idle chatter. I don't know what the circumstances of us talking to each other, because I don't think we talk to each other all that often.
Yeah, I don't think we talk to each other a ton, but I have been trying to keep tabs on you since I I feel a little responsible making sure that your stump, um, your hand, gets kind of taken care of.
Mhm.
Almost like so like we're crossing in the halls and
Mhm.
I'm like, you smoke? You want to take a smoke break?
Sure, why not?
Cool. Here, why don't you come with me?
Mhm.
How are you being? And I kind of want to have this kind of intimate moment of just like talking, maybe wherever the smoking area outside the main compound and everything is.
Mhm. Eh, This particular anomaly has a very strong fascination with me. I think it likes me.
Really?
Yes.
What
Yes,
makes?
it keeps showing up in my dreams.
Oh my goodness. Um, any of those uh, any of those dreams involve meat?
Of course, that's how I know that it's coming from an anomaly.
I wasn't having meat dreams till about last night. Actually, I
Hmm.
had one. It was intense. Um, uh, what are your Burns? What are your meat dreams like?
Well, they're joyous, they're happiness and full of celebration, as though I've accomplished something great beyond myself. I think the I think the anomaly is trying to convince me to do something for it, but what specifically, I'm not sure.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of, yeah, I'm getting the same kind of vibe. My vibe is very much, um, just to become meat, become part of the tree, become part of the whole process. It's just like give yourself up, and join us. And it's like I I I, I don't really want to join the meat parade, Burns.
Hmm.
It feels joyous in the dream, but it it's too it's too much.
Well, hold on there. You can't just dismiss it outright. You have to learn to accept things for what they are. Anomalies aren't inherently evil. They're 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 confused. They're a little bit unsure about how to interact with us. Uh, if we can figure out a more direct way of communicating, then we could probably work out some more sustainable growth rather than wild and just too. It's just the meat creature is just too excited. That's all. You have to learn to accept these things.
I'm not sure if it's well. Okay, I do think I see what you're trying to say. I'm worried that it's not excited, but it's just hungry,
Mm.
and it is accustomed to a certain diet, and it is now it wants to. I mean, a god must feed. Ultimately, a god must feed, and it must also be fed. But I figure if we can accept the cost of feeding it, then I suppose we could accept the price it takes from us. I don't know. I just don't want to be a part of something too big.
Well, we can move matters onto other things, such as Superintendent Jarvis. I know that you're in charge of operations administration, but I do also know that the members of Sun often have unique abilities, and I've not actually figured out what yours is yet.
Well, I mean, I talk to stuff. Honestly, with you being all like, you being all like, if we can understand exactly, if we can help it communicate, we can be like, no, there's place for you. What you're saying is I need to get in the field. Because I gotta go talk to the creepy crawlies like I talk to the leeches.
That's true. I often thought that was more of a device that you used or something of that nature, rather than a you yourself.
No, that's a me thing. It was a byproduct of a thing that happened. But everybody got their weird thing that thing that set them on this path.
Of course. Yes. And I understand there was some concern with my hand, but honestly, it just needs to take a while to heal and grow.
Are you wait? Do we have? Does Sun have like the capability of regrowing limbs and stuff like that?
I think that this is Gilbert implying that he can regrow his own limbs.
Oh, I thought this was Jarvis, or was General Burns implying that's like, I'm gonna get my hand back from the meat. That meat's gonna grow me a new one, and it's gonna give it back.
We're gonna build a hand, and we're gonna make the meat monsters pay for it.
Horrible.
You could ask General Burns to clarify if you want.
No, I think that the ambiguous terror is about as much as I can take at the moment. My real question is, go ahead.
Yes, yeah. You look a little bit concerned there.
I mean, if you ain't concerned in this job, then you ain't paying attention.
That is true.
Yeah.
I've also heard. Speaking of concern, I've heard that the whatchamacall those people, they don't like me very much, but the disciplinary folks, that's the word I was looking for. That they don't like me very much. But I kind of scare them a little.
No. I don't think that they don't like very much. They made you Employee of the Month. I was actually going to ask you. About that. If any disciplinary people or human resources or anything, they, if they ever come to you and ask, what's going on with that there superintendent, then I just want you to, let them.
Yes. Yes. That back to my point that they did come to me about that, and they were asking lots of questions, and I told them that I have no idea what's going on with you.
You know what? That's probably. You did also talk about my sterling record, making sure you didn't die of blood loss, and we talked to the worms together. I might not be a perfect person, but I do keep everything running smoothly here. I'm good at my job.
So what's the situation with you and the site director?
It's a previous site director that seems still to have human resources email address, and it's true. You don't want to hear about that. That's just personal trauma. Sometimes I get lonely, and just it's fine. It's fine.
Let's check back in on the virtuous move here.
Yeah, sorry.
So, When you have another or an intimate moment with another department head while one of you is acting in accordance with their virtue, you may each clear an appropriate condition. If you are not the department head acting virtuously, you may choose to either stumble onto a clue relevant to an active investigation or reduce the severity of your fear condition by 1. Clearing that down to 0 immediately clears the fear condition. So you can clear 2 conditions in this moment right now.
Oh, heck yes.
Because you did definitely, I think you definitely made a good argument for reducing your hive mind fear condition down, and I think you can clear either seed stench or the disciplinary hearing based on that as well. Seed stench mostly just because again it's been a while.
Yeah.
I am removing my severed hand condition.
Yeah, you're growing that. You're growing that back. You don't have to worry about that severed hand anymore. That was a problem of the past. Yeah, I think so can I step down hive mind 1 and clears seed stench?
Yep. And stepping down hive mind down to a 0 also clears it.
Oh, awesome. Okay. You know, all that talk of acceptance, it just, the only thing I'm worried about is being accepted by human resources at the moment.
Excellent. Dr. Cerulean, you got a 6?
Yeah, I sure did.
I think that, so you ask, what was the specific question again?
She wanted to know what fertilizer he's using to get these
What he's
plants so
using to
full
make
of
it
life,
grow.
so lively.
I think what happens here is you see that he is about to give you an answer when Salongo starts just laughing uproariously as if someone had told an incredibly funny joke to them. And you see Ellis look over and notice that they're still just sat in front of a rock and that there's no one around them. And I think that they then turn back to you and say, I'm sorry, I would love to talk. Is your friend quite all right?
Yes.
Uh, uh, they seem to be. Well, I don't want to be rude, but I think they might be talking to a rock.
Oh, they're my lead geoscientist, so of course they're talking to rocks.
This is usual.
Yeah. Don't you
Oh,
talk to your plants? Why is it different to talking to rocks?
but I don't. Huh? Do you have to farm rocks? Do they grow if you talk to them? Is that a thing?
Dr. Cerulean looks at Salongo. Do you farm rocks?
What? No, they're rocks. Why would I need to farm them?
I was just wondering if they grow when you talk to them.
No, not typically. I mean, people think that they're just boring, unliving things that can't tell stories or think. Most of them are, but when I was a little girl, I met a special rock and it would talk with me for hours and hours during the long days when my parents were working late. It taught me everything I know about geology, and it continues to teach me all that I don't know as long as I ask it to. And Ellis just looks between you and Salongo and then back between the two of you and blinks a couple of times and says, well, if you need to know the prices on anything, I'll be behind the counter. And he walks away. Unless you want to file paperwork.
Let's see.
And you do have the incident report available to you.
That is true. I can't. All right, hold on. I think I am gonna mark paperwork, but some of my own. Fun. All right, narrate a flashback to when you sacrifice your most important personal relationship for the sake of your work.
Excellent. Did you want to narrate that now, or did you want to give it some time?
I'm gonna give it some time.
All right. So instead, what happens is, I think that so Salongo is very clearly still talking with the rock that's over there, but she doesn't bust into uproarious laughter as if it told her a really funny joke, and so therefore it does not catch Ellis's attention. He, as you ask this question, he kind of just nods a bit, and you see this like wave of recognition across his face, and as he's thinking about how to answer this, because for whatever reason it apparently requires a good bit of thought, you see one of the plants behind the counter. It has 3 eyes. It's one of those Halloween gourds or whatever. And it winks at you. And Ellis then says, "Oh, actually, there is a very strange thing started happening in the back room here in the where I keep all of the storeroom. This very interesting flower started growing from the ceiling. It smells really disgustingly sweet, kind of like a bad brisket. And I've just been using its it has like decaying plant matter, just kind of falls off of it every once in a while. So I just scoop that up and put it in my in the garden out back. Works wonders." And you see, as he says all this, the little roots of hair kind of pulsate a little bit more. He doesn't seem to notice.
Dr. Sterling does not have the social knowledge to comment on it. But would you mind terribly if I got a sample for personal research? Of course, I'm starting to grow up.
Oh, absolutely. I actually, and he waddles over to a one of the aisles, and he produces, like, just kind of sifts around through the shelf and comes back over with a little bag of Ellis's homegrown fertilizer. I actually bagged the stuff that I don't use and put it for sale for other people to use in their gardens.
Oh, interesting.
It's only as count for inflation in the past couple of months, probably around $7.50 for a bag, a couple pounds.
Sounds good to me.
Excellent. I'll you can bring that bag up to the counter, and I'll have the young Jonas here will Jonas, could you come out here and ring this person up, please? And a young teen with a black plain polyester shirt and an apron slung over his shoulder, as well as basketball shorts and knee-high socks and cleats, walks out from the storeroom. He's very tall and muscular, and there is an old, like, brass pocket watch hanging out of his pocket. And he kind of just groans, and as he approaches You see that he's a little bit over 6 feet tall, and says, "Yeah, what's up, Ellis? Could you ring this your fine young lady up for me, please? I have to go and I'll need to replace the fertilizer that was taken out, and I need to get all of the get my hand cart out so I can push it around." Yeah. Whatever, man. Go ahead. Go do what you need to do. And Ellis kind of goes, "Oh, thank you," and pats him on the shoulder. And Jonas rolls his eyes and looks at you and says, as Ellis walks away, he says, "So you're buying the weird plant stuff, huh?" You're muted.
That's right.
All right. And he told you it's like $750.
Yeah, do you take cards?
Yeah, that'll be fine. He walks
Great.
over behind the counter, and as he picks up the fertilizer, it kind of, the bag, it rips open and falls onto the floor and onto your shoes. And you notice this stench is indeed quite sickeningly sweet, but it's also familiar as you take the seed stench condition.
Cursed seed stench. I'll never be clean again.
And he goes, "Oh, fucking damn it." Okay, I'll clean that up later. And cutting back now to Superintendent Jarvis. You are in some sort of room, I imagine, with Heartboil at this point. He still has his trench coat, and to be completely honest, it doesn't seem like he's changed out of the stained sweatshirt, out of the stained like tank top. It seems like he's just kind of wears that for most of always. And remarkably, you can still somehow just barely see the six-pack from beneath all that grime and sweat.
Gosh dang it.
And someone apparently gave him a cigarette because he is chewing on one as you enter the room.
Mr. Hartboil.
Detective Special Investigator Richard Hartboil with the Long Beach Police Department. Not Beast.
Did you just say Long Beast?
I did not. I said beach.
Like you said Long Beast to Beach Police. Why don't you have a seat, Mr. Hartboil?
I am seating.
I know that was me being condescending, and I sit down at the table across from him.
Oh, I appreciate the cards on the table.
You know me. I'm well.
I don't.
Know me. You don't know me, but you're gonna learn real quick. You're gonna learn real fast, and I don't do bullshit. I don't know that you've talked to some of the folks here already.
Yes, they pulled mushrooms out of my skull.
Yeah. Where'd you get them? Why are there mushrooms in your skull, dude?
Let's have the research move with empathy, please.
I'm decent at empathy.
Yeah. And I think I want this at disadvantage as you hear a knock on your office door. And you hear someone say, "Excuse me, Superintendent Jarvis, we'd like to have a couple discussions with you regarding your after work hours and your actions taken therein. Do you have a moment?"
Well, of course. Absolutely. And I stand up and I say to Heartboil, I've been like, this is the good cop portion of the interrogation where bad cop leaves. I'm bad cop, just so that you know. I know that you are also law enforcement, so you get the drill. I'm leaving. We're gonna let you sweat a little bit, and then you're gonna tell us. And I pull out my like a printout of all of his movements and everything, and I'm like, and you're gonna explain why all these places right here are places that you have been to, and what you're doing with the mold and fungus and all that stuff, because we know enough that you might stay inside a cell that no one's ever heard of, um, when we disappear you to do research on you for the rest of your life. But we know enough to do that. But we might actually be able to help with the mushrooms if you cooperate. But like I said, this is bad cop. Let's you go ahead and sweat. You go ahead and sweat. I'll be right on back. Yeah.
All right, let's have that empathy with disadvantage, please, for the research move.
Here we go. Oh, okay, so that is a 6. That's as good as it gets. 6 is as good as it gets.
Excellent. General Gilbert Burns, what are you getting up to now?
I think just because of time constraints, because it's
it is over. I didn't even notice. I've been having a good time.
It's too good of a time. I think it's just to give a good endpoint. I think as because I think I've been spying on Superintendent Jarvis a little, because I'm just Heartboil. We have Heartboil in custody.
See, I was thinking Heartboil, but I think you and I were thinking two different Heartboils.
Yes. Yeah,
Excellent.
and I think as Superintendent Jarvis leaves to go into the disciplinary hearing, I think I just go sneak on inside, and I think with that I'm fine with closing out my scene in particular.
Oh
Yeah.
no. You're a good cop.
That's great.
That's so good.
All right, so let's go ahead and do stars and wishes then. I had a really lovely time this week. It was a whole lot of fun. I'm really glad that the horror and those aspects are really starting to ramp up, and that you can also feel the effects of that on the characters by how even more unhinged than usual they're acting to kind of cope with all of the horridness that's suddenly propping up. Oh, we got cute little meat guys that are hanging out with us, and oh no, one of them bashed my friend's head to death with a big spike, and oh no, now there's chainsaw mouth. So I'm very excited with how all of that has been going. For General Burns, I absolutely adored Joyous Meat Dreams. that was a very, very good sentence in general. I love it. And also, but it's not food time. Being so confused as to why Officer Lafayette would even suggest that, when literally maybe a couple days ago you would be yeah, you should eat those leeches. I love the dichotomy of man: eat leech or don't. It's so good.
I just imagine during the leech moment, it was about noon, lunchtime or something. So it literally it's not time to eat. It's not that we're eating. It's not the right food to eat. It's just not time.
I love Gilbert. He's a whole. I don't think he's a human. Actually, well, it's to be decided, I suppose. Which I guess that leads into the wish. I'm excited to figure out if he's just a really fucked up person or just a whole alien.
I do know what he is. And so like it's going to be fun because it's all types of kind of fucked up.
Fuck yeah, I love that.
Uh, you, people just don't ask him questions because he's just too much of a weirdo, and they'll like they could easily just figure out if they just ask me questions about like, hey, what are you eating for lunch here, or hey, how's your hand, or something like that.
It's great. Um, so I'm very excited to see more of that come into play. Uh, for Aaron, I love Dr. Cerulean so much. Such a truly brain dead genius. Like, I didn't think I had a very clear idea of like the lead researcher's sort of general theme, and you saw that and took it to like not even 11 but 12. And it's very fun. uh I'm so excited to see uh just how she handles her team roster being weird in public when she very obviously can't help but also be weird in public as her tail fucking swangs around. And I'm also excited to see like uh when Cerulean realizes that people aren't commenting on her tail. I'm excited to have that come up because that feels like a very fun scene. Like, wait, I've had this thing and pretty much no one has talked to me about it. Why?
Please pay attention to my cool tail.
I'm excited to see that and to like kind of explore like reasons that might be, as well as just in general, like because that definitely really goes into the whole like universal normalcy and thinning of the veil type themes. Is like, well, all of these people aren't even acknowledging the clearly anomalous thing going on. So what are they telling themselves is happening to allow themselves to ignore it? I'm excited to kind of start getting into that once people start picking up, once characters rather, because I imagine the players have already picked up on pretty much all of the subtext in this because it's pretty loud subtext. Um, I'm very excited for the characters to start realizing like the weirder they get, the less people interact with them in like weird ways, which is interesting. Uh, yeah, I don't know. I'm super excited for that. Dr. Cerulean seems like the type to fully embrace that aspect of this genre. So it's very exciting for me to get to explore that. For Kyle, I love Jarvis so much. Uh, the fucking frozen key in a locked briefcase with a piggy bank with a phone in it, and it makes just perfect sense as to why all of those things were there in that order. And in fact, maybe there needs to even be another layer.
Yeah. Poor Arena just needs to get some self-control and some chill. And those are in short supply, and there's no shipments coming in anytime soon either. Like, there's no chill.
I'm very excited for the disciplinary hearing scene because that's going to be very fun. uh, Especially because I have some ideas that definitely link into the fact that regardless of me asking you what the person's name was, I still called them C2. That is a very important little tidbit that got dropped that I'm very excited to explore more because I think it's a juicy little narrative chunk. And yeah, it's great. Like, I already know what the next two Sun Paint the Scene prompts are going to be, just based on this session and things that were said earlier for Marty's wishes and stuff. I know exactly what the Sun Paint the Scenes are going to be coming up. So I'm very excited to get to those as well. And yeah, I don't know. Arena's just such a perfect disaster. It's like the eye of the storm, but the eye is squinting.
I definitely. Oh man, like everyone knows like what our arena's problems are, and no one wants to get in the center of that. I think like I think personally, I think Gilbert Burns is just like having a fun time of just like poking at her at that, looking at them because like uh, uh they're just they're like let's ruminate on the past, and Gilbert Burns was just like let's not let's deal with what's in front of you right now, like me. And like Arena's like absolutely not. So it's a very interesting friendship with them. Good cop and bad cop vibes, I guess. I'm looking forward to the scene with Heartboil.
Gosh, I like, I hate to interrupt, but I am so excited for that. Like, that's gonna be so good. I'm getting chewed out by the disciplinary hearings while you're sitting down with Heartboil being like, Detective Heartboil, we meet again.
I did warn you about not interfering with our business. Also, Dr. Imogen just hot dog water pheromones. God, that's the worst. Steph, is this going to get written into the mysteries now?
I feel like just based on how, so I've run That Which Sustains exactly 2 times. The first time was when that was the only investigation I had ever written, and I only had 2 playbooks. I ran that for Alex and Jazzy, and so far the recurring theme of this mystery is, yeah, let's talk a lot about the hot dog stand and the hot dog water. That one was so that one we also had cannibalism veiled. So what they decided was, yeah, it's just kind of really gross in that it's, when people get liposuctions and there's that fat left over.
Oh no.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Oh,
I hate that.
And then you remember the paint the scene, right? So combine those 2 ideas together and you get the worst, actually worse hot dog water than this stuff.
Oh no.
It was bad.
Oh
Oh
no.
I love those degenerates so much.
Oh gosh.
I can't believe we this mystery was intended to like be like a beach sort of theme mystery, but no, it's a hot dog mystery.
Hot dog mystery, yeah, 100%.
Also, I gotta give a star for when you first introduced Heartboil this session of like staring up like a turkey staring at the rain. That was just amazing. I just love your little NPCs, Steph. I want to talk to them. I want to bother them. I want to get bothered by them.
Yeah, I'll go. So yeah, stars for Steph. I love the weird little grocery store dude. That voice he did is perfect. It's such I'm weird old man voice. I also love this is a design thing, the fact that there's 2 paperworks to file for this mystery. I really like, one gets unlocked after the other. I like that. That should be interesting. Also, that first paperwork's real fucking gross, and I appreciate that. Stars for Gilbert. Love, like, you're just like, I think I can regrow this hand. It'll be fine. And fighting the spider pony. I really enjoyed that. Jarvis, I have never been more personally horrified than when you said you're going to text all of your exes. I think I literally yelled no at my computer. So evil star for you for that. I hated it. That was like It's like, this is why you put a lock on your phone from 2 a.m. to 9 a.m. so you don't text exes. Yeah, so that was great, and I fucking loved it, loved / hated it. Yeah, and I'm looking forward to the disciplinary hearing. I'm wondering if we're all gonna get called in to testify. That'll be really fucking funny if that's what happens. Yeah, I'm looking forward to probing this weird grocery dude more also.
Awesome. Well, thank you all very much. I believe that was everyone, right?
I haven't quite.
Have you not?
But like,
Fuck,
I haven't.
my brain.
I interrupted.
That's why I thought you went.
Because because I am. That is my big wish is to see how that good cop bad cop scene plays out. Like I love the energy that Burns and Jarvis have right now. Honestly, like everything that I want to star has already been starred. Like everyone has done such a great job. I also really loved the whole the way that you've got those things that unlock one after the other. You could almost have named them "fuck around and find out," and like it's so good. It's so good. But the fact that they're really, it's like, oh, now it's time to sow and now it's time to reap. I love it. So good. And yeah, everyone has been. I think one of the things that everyone is really excelling at is, yes, we are weird little people dealing with horrible weird stuff, and also like the thing that like everyone is scared of is, hey, I did a really bad like social mistake, and now I might have to talk to human resources. Like the mundanity of this setting alongside all of the horror is so on point, and it makes it very bleak because it's like, not only are we learning the horrible secrets of the universe, but also I'm stressed about work. And it's like, no. Even in my horrible adventure, I can't escape. So yeah, no, I'm loving it. I'm loving it. That is a whole vibe, and I love it.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm pretty pleased with how the vibe has been turning out with this too. I was a little worried that it wouldn't quite hit because it's a little bit of a. I kind of took the SCP vibe and cranked the goofy on it a little bit and also cranked the gross on it. And I was worried that wouldn't quite work, but it has been working incredibly well to a point where it's almost scary, actually. Like it's kind of looping back around from being comical to being scary again while still also being funny, and it's incredibly interesting. Yeah, I don't know, I'm just so excited. I'm so excited for this game. I've been having such a great time running it for y'all. But yeah, thank you all so very much for joining me. And I will see you all next week for the where the final investigation will get introduced, presuming we keep on this pace. Yeah, exciting stuff. Also, congratulations on dodging having 4 active investigations at once. You got pretty close there. That would have been a whole time for y'all, I'm sure. But yeah, thanks for joining me, and I will see you all next time.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.